a vessel born of imagination rather than convention, a ship that tosses aside the ordinary and embraces the extraordinary. Instead of traditional mechanisms, it wields the ethereal power of light itself to navigate the enigmatic abyss of the ocean. This audacious creation, dubbed the laser submarine, isn't just an innovation. It's a global sensation, captivating hearts and minds across maritime horizons. This revolutionary feat doesn't merely rewrite the rules of naval warfare, scientific exploration, and human potential. It obliterates them. The laser submarine isn't merely a technological marvel, it's an embodiment of relentless curiosity that compels us to unveil the secrets concealed beneath the waves. Its impact extends far beyond technical discussions, delving into the realm of what becomes possible when human creativity defies limits, soaring to heights only dreamed of before. Laser weapons, formidable in their speed-of-light strikes, have found their place on land, in the skies, and across the open seas. But the depths of the underwater world pose a unique challenge. Intriguingly, budget documents from as early as 2011 reveal the Navy's intention to equip Virginia-class nuclear submarines with high-energy lasers. This might seem counterintuitive, given that lasers typically don't function underwater. Compounding the paradox, submarines are designed for quiet stealth, rarely breaking the water's surface. However, against these odds, experts posit that a laser-equipped submarine holds an unexpected promise. Amidst this paradox, a single obstacle stands: the laws of physics. Sunlight's journey through water is a gradual dimming process, culminating in the midnight zone's complete darkness at 1,000 meters. Likewise, laser light swiftly scatters and absorbs in water, akin to the behavior of sunlight. In this clash of expectations and possibilities, the idea of a laser-equipped submarine takes root, revealing that innovation can defy even the most stubborn constraints. This is precisely why underwater laser communications falter after a few hundred meters. However, when it comes to engineering considerations, lasers find an ideal home aboard nuclear submarines. Emphasizing the nuclear aspect, the energy demands that often plague high-energy lasers become inconsequential when placed on a nuclear-powered submarine. These vessels generate ample power to operate the lasers, along with all other onboard systems. Siddharth Kushal, a research fellow specializing in sea power at RUSI, affirms this feasibility. In this realm, the Virginia-class submarine emerges as the perfect candidate. These submarines, introduced in 2004, are nuclear-powered attack subs equipped with torpedoes and cruise missiles. Their roles encompass not only defending fleets and striking land targets, but also delving into covert missions like intelligence gathering and the discreet transport of special forces. The likely point of integration for a laser system would be Virginia's photonics mast, an advanced counterpart to the traditional periscope, telescoping outward rather than retracting into the hull. While larger surface ships might easily accommodate a laser system on their decks, fitting one within the confines of a smaller photonics mast poses a significantly greater challenge. Due to the mast's limited space, which is already occupied by crucial sensors, the quest for room necessitates ingenious design innovations, as Kushal explains. Unlike traditional periscopes operated manually with handles and prisms to view the outside world, a photonics mast boasts a trio of cameras: color, high-resolution black and white, and infrared, nestled within a rotating casing. Also included is a laser rangefinder, all controlled through a specialized system. This focused attention directed toward the photonics mast conveys a significant insight. The lasers are poised to target objects situated above the water's surface. Beyond the beam-generating mechanism itself, any submarine-based laser weapon system hinges on two vital components: a beam director and a power source drawn from the nuclear reactor. The beam director consists of lenses and mirrors strategically arranged to maintain precise focus on distant targets using the high-powered beam. An electronically controlled deformable mirror is often at the core of this setup, adjusting its shape to sustain focus and counteract atmospheric distortion. Providentially, the Navy has spent nearly a decade developing a compact version of this technology. In 2011, the Navy initiated a request for a prototype beam director intended for submarines. The optical physics company successfully constructed and delivered this crucial component. The subsequent challenge involves sourcing power from the submarine's nuclear propulsion to energize the laser. However, piercing the hull for high-powered electronic cables isn't a simple task. The submarine's hull, composed of robust 1.5-inch high-grade steel designed to endure immense pressure, cannot be compromised. Enter special sub-safe connections, allowing for hull penetration without compromising structural integrity. A project to develop these innovative connections commenced in 2017, with a target deployment date in early 2020. Simultaneously, another endeavor, launched in 2020, aims to elevate the power supply to support 200-kilowatt lasers, an output surpassing any military laser ever fielded. Until these sub-safe connections are integrated, any testing of submarine lasers necessitates a towed electrical generator to supply power. Although current blueprints entail repurposing lasers originally designed for surface ships, the game shifts dramatically when dealing with close-to-sea operations. Recognizing this transformation, the Navy is delving into the realm of a high-energy laser featuring a wavelength longer than that of existing systems. This lengthier wavelength holds a distinct advantage. It scatters less, affording the laser a notably extended effective range. This type of laser would also be less detectable, making it a potent asset for clandestine operations. However, while the inner workings of this laser have been unveiled to some extent, its precise functions and the categories of targets it will engage remain veiled in mystery. And this obscurity is likely by design. We cannot comment on specific R&D efforts due to classification level, states Tim Petrak of the Navy Office of Information. Although the Navy maintains a tight grip on information, the U.S. Naval Postgraduate School conducted a comprehensive study titled Integration of a High-Energy Laser into the Virginia-class Submarine, and released a summary in 2015, withholding further particulars. Given the limited available information, submarine experts external to the military community speculate about potential applications. For instance, a submerged laser could effectively counter anti-submarine aircraft. During the Cold War, the British developed the Submarine-Launched Surface-to-Air Missile System, SLAM, featuring short-range missiles that would emerge above the water's surface. Hy Sutton, a submarine expert, notes that this concept was ultimately not adopted. More recently, French proposals have surfaced for mounting mass guns on submarines. According to Kushal, the U.S. Navy has previously extolled the prowess of high-energy lasers in warding off swarming adversaries and intercepting missiles in close quarters. These potent lasers possess the ability to disrupt drones' guidance systems and set aflame the fuel and armaments of small vessels, such as Iran's Bogomars, as Kushal explains. In this context, adversaries employing such tactics might lack advanced anti-submarine capabilities, rendering submarines at periscope depth relatively secure. Yet one of the most intriguing enigmas revolves around the mention of covert operations in budget documents. U.S. submarines boast ample experience in this realm, and the allure of an invisible, noiseless weapon is undeniable. In theory, a submarine could surreptitiously raise its mast and neutralize coastal targets, be it radar communications or missile batteries, without detection. But there's a catch. Submarines usually prefer to maintain a safe distance from the action. Given that lasers function on a line-of-sight principle and periscopes offer limited height, their range is naturally constrained. Submarine captains are likely to opt for standoff weapons like cruise missiles whenever feasible. Perhaps the lasers could emerge as a surprise defender against drone and boat swarms, materializing out of thin air. Or they could be strategically positioned to safeguard carrier groups from incoming cruise missiles. Or their purpose could be an enigma unto itself beyond our wildest conjectures. Whatever the rationale, these lasers won't achieve full operational capacity for a minimum of 3 years, aligned with the scheduled upgrades for the Virginia-class photonics mast. Moreover, high-energy weapons have grappled with performance challenges, and submarine-based lasers could be susceptible to similar issues. For instance, atmospheric turbulence at lower altitudes could potentially hinder the effectiveness of the periscope laser compared to its counterparts mounted higher on ships. Additionally, The proximity to the water's surface magnifies the obstacles posed by sea spray and waves. Given the extensive efforts dedicated over the past dozen years, it's evident that the U.S. Navy has a strong belief in the utility of a nuclear submarine equipped with lasers. Only time will unveil whether their conviction is well-founded. What are your thoughts on the inclusion of potent lasers on U.S. submarines? We'd love to hear your opinions in the comment section. If you find this content engaging, remember to show your support by liking the video and subscribing to Military World for instant access to our newest videos.